It's a friend's motorcycle and he's completed about 300 kilometers. We're going to do an exhaust note check because now we have the RS200 and the N250. Let's do a comparison. To be noted that because the motorcycle hasn't completed a lot of kilometers, we're not going to rev the shit out of it because that is not what we do on this channel. So this is an idle. Somewhere else. We'll come a little closer. This is about 3000 RPM. Let's see what the RS has to offer. Now the RS has definitely completed more kilometers, so maybe I can drive it more. So that doesn't mean that this is less of a beast. Okay, let's give it a 3000. Okay, so you all be the judge of which one sounds better. I have ridden the N250 before. I have shot a video a few months ago, all of that. And everything I said in that video is applicable, but I have to add something. The fit and finish, build quality, and some features have changed on the N250 and F250 over, I think it's about 10 to 12 months. They have improved the product, especially around the exhaust. There used to be a lot of gaps in the first gen and the first time the N250 was out at dealerships. But that has been solved, and of course this black color, the Eclipse black color, looks amazing. Now I've ridden it, so a lot of things from that video are applicable even today. But I want to reiterate the way the Pulsar N250 fits into the whole Pulsar lineup. So the RS200, NS200, N250 and F250 are basically 24 bhp motorcycles, and everyone asks like which should you choose? Should you buy the RS/NS or should you buy the N250, F250? To me, they are very different motorcycles. The N250 and the F250 are very primitive engines and they are made for torque. The RS and the NS have very advanced engine with liquid cooling, and they are not made for torque as much as they are made for the top end, 6th gear and power and all of that. You have to remember that the RS and NS are 200cc motorcycles which are making 24 bhp. So that is a smaller engine making a lot of power. Versus the N250 and the F250 are bigger engines, 250cc engines making the same amount of power. So there is going to be a difference in the way they deliver power. They're not the same motorcycle just because numbers might seem the same. Also, the RS and the NS come with this perimeter frame, which is a very, very advanced frame, and it is used in superbikes. It's used in the R15. It's used on some of the KTMs. So it's a very stiff and advanced frame for better handling capability. The N250 and the F250 don't get that. So the handling of the RS and the NS is going to be much better than, I'm talking about hardcore handling. I'm not talking about everyday riding handling. So because there are so many differences, my advice to you is if you want a Pulsar for the city, for everyday riding, for commuting, and that is the primary role that this motorcycle will fulfill in your life, then get the N250 or the F250. They are very, very good 250cc motorcycles for the city. But if you want handling of a higher order, if you want a gearbox that you have to work, if you want to learn how to do track riding, how to do sporty riding, how to stay in the power band, then the NS and the RS are more suited to that kind of riding. And don't forget the perimeter frame, it makes a difference. But they might seem like they are in the same Pulsar family, but they are very, very different tastes. And the same goes for the N250, F250 versus the Dominar 250. The Dominar 250 again has a perimeter frame, but it's much more heavier, it's making more power and torque. It's a longer motorcycle, it's a lazier motorcycle, and therefore it fulfills another role, which is touring. It is not a city motorcycle per se. It was never primarily built for the city. You can use it in the city. You can use all of these motorcycles in all of the scenarios, but primary role of the bike differs. The Pulsar RS and NS were made for sporty riding, highway, 6th gear, agility. The N250 and the F250 were built for commuting, city riding, but with a little bit of sportiness. The Dominar was made for touring, and therefore it has that weight. They're all made for different reasons. So you pick and choose what is your primary reason. So the N250 and the F250 have a lot of features going for them. They got the slipper clutch, they got a bigger engine, they've got new generation of oil cooling which has jets inside, which puts oil towards the hot parts of the engine. They've got a lot of equipment over older generation Pulsars, but they are traditional Pulsars, which means the N250 and the F250 are in line with the Pulsar 220, Pulsar 180, Pulsar 150, that family, whereas the NS, RS, Dominar 250, Dominar 400 are more from the KTM side of the family. They use a lot of KTM hardware, KTM riding dynamics, so that way the tastes are very different even though they might belong to the same brand and family. Well, that's all for this video. I will see you all in the next one. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, and if you have any questions, put it down in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.